My name is Jessie Irwin and I'm a disabled artist from Brisbane, Australia, and I design enamel pins and stickers, but I also do a lot of art in other mediums as well. A lot of the subject matter that I cover is Australian animals and birds and native flowers, and I also do a lot of cats. I would classify myself as an artist and a maker and the owner of a small business. I had intended to spend 2020 going to markets and stuff. So instead I had to focus on my Etsy and my online store. And I've found that a really interesting experience, and I've definitely learned a lot. Being an artist with a disability does affect my practice and sort of how I interact with my art. Partially through subject matter, like in my first gallery show I did a series of 3 large embroideries that were anaglyphs, which is that, you know, cyan and red layered drawings offset so you can see them through 3D glasses. It was those, but with like symbols of a brain and a heart and a hand, and there was some meaning there about disability and art and communication. It also affects how I interact with creating art day to day. Like if I'm having a really bad day mental health wise, like I'm not going to do any art. But as sort of the other side of the coin, if I can get myself to do some art on the bad days, the day becomes a little better most of the time. That extra level of resistance that I sort of have built in has meant that what I have achieved this year feels really significant. I started making art when I was in primary school and high school. I was a little bit the artistic kid, but I was mostly the smart kid. And when I got to year 12, I had to choose, do I want to do art and stuff, or do I want to do like science and maths and focus on stuff for uni? So I chose the stuff for uni. And then I didn't really do any art for a long time. I moved up to Brisbane for university and had quite a lot of mental health crises. But in the past couple of years, I got back into drawing. I decided, okay, well, I used to be good at this, why don't I try again? And yeah, I stumbled into turning my art into pins and stickers and now other merch. Like I've got tea towels and I'm investigating making beach towels. Yeah, I saw these artists making pins, and they're little portable, beautiful pieces of art that are at a very accessible price point. And you get this really beautiful piece of, like, it can be jewelry, you can put it up on a pin board, you can put it on your backpack, you can just sort of have a big pile of them and gloat like a dragon. Like there's a lot of different things you can do with pins, and they're very durable. Like they're not gonna wash away like watercolors or something. Sort of participating in that jewelry making and turning art into usable products, I think that's really interesting. My pins and my stickers and everything I view as more of an art product than as like a product. You're paying for very small quantities and a lot of oversight by me as the artist through every step of production. And every pin that comes in, I check it personally, and I spend quite a bit of time checking them because I want people who buy my pins to associate that with quality and to think that this is a really nice art object. I think it would make a really nice pin. I think that this design is really cute. It's based on a photo I saw on Reddit of 2 cats sitting in a cat tree hugging. The main work in making a pin is through the design process on the iPad, because something that's a good picture won't necessarily be a good pin, because pins are very small and they have physical limitations. Sometimes if you have a really nice drawing that you really love, you can make your pins, like I've seen people make them like that big. Like that's for, like, you put it on the wall in a frame or something, keep them very special. I find inspiration through looking at different Australian native animals and flowers. A couple of people request I do a shark. So in my head I'm like, oh, I have to try and think of a good native flower that's in the ocean or something, like a coral, I don't know. I also find inspiration from cats in general, and I really enjoy interacting with people on cat Twitter. It's cliche, but the person I most admire is my mum. She is one of the strongest people I know, and she recently followed me on Instagram, and she's liking all my posts. I think the most memorable moment of my journey as an artist and pin designer is probably when I got my first pin in that I had designed, because it was a drawing of my cat, Nick. And then when the pins arrived, like, I had this physical product that I could hold in my hand, and it was Nick, and it was a little Nick face, and it was just like him. And then people were saying nice things about it, and a couple of people bought one, and I was sharing my art with all these people, and they all had a little face of Nick, and that was really valuable to me, to have people say they like my art and that they want to have a piece, and that they want that specific little thing that I made, that I designed it, and I paid to get it produced, and I packaged it up all nicely and posted it out, and then people liked it, and they said they liked it, and that was really special to me.